Here we are supposed to try to calculate g composite f of x, and if you remember, that is g of f of x, which means for every x position in g, we're gonna substitute the whole function f of x into that. So what that's going to look like is 5 parentheses minus 3. So this is my g of x, and then inside I need to put f of x. That's 3x squared plus 4x minus 1. So then if we simplify, we get, by distributing the 5, we get 15x squared plus 20x minus 5 minus 3. And so then we have for g of f of x, 15x squared plus 20x minus 8. Now for part B, all right, this is going with part A, these two things, and it says evaluate f of g of 2. The problem with this is that we're needing to plug the g into the f. So what I would like to do first is figure out what g of 2 is. So if we find g of 2, that's 5 times 2 minus 3, and then 10 minus 3 is 7. And so what we're doing then is f of g of 2, but that's just f of 7. So then we get 3 times 7 squared, which is 49, plus 4 times just 7, and then minus 1. So I plugged 7 into here. Now if we multiply this out, anybody that has a calculator, if you could help me out here quickly, that would be really nice. 3 times 49, 27, 12, 147, plus 28 minus 1. And then that's going to be 147 plus 27. And I get 174. All right, so then for this one, we're now going to evaluate f composite g of x. So here, we're going the other way. Now we're doing f of g of x. So that means I'm going to change every x value, and I'm going to be putting in g of x in there. So then we get 3 parentheses squared plus 4 parentheses minus 1. This is f of x. And into f of x, I'm plugging in 5x minus 3. So everywhere there's an x, I'm putting this whole function, 5x minus 3, 5x minus 3. And this is going to require a little bit more work because we have to square this binomial. So this is 5x minus 3 times 5x minus 3. Okay, so if you work that out, you're going to end up with 25x squared, and then minus 15x minus 15x is minus 30x, and then negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9, plus if you distribute the 4, you get 20x minus 12, and then minus 1. Distribute the 3 here, you get 75x squared minus 90x plus 27 plus 20x. Negative 12, negative 1 is negative 13. So then we have for f composite g of x, that's going to equal 75x squared. When we combine the x terms, we get minus 70x, and then 27 minus 13 is 14. Okay, and now we want to evaluate g of f of 1, but again, here we have f of g, so we're not going to be using this. Technically, we could just plug in 1 into here. So since we've already evaluated g of f of x, I could plug this in. 15 plus 20 is 35, minus 8 is 27. Right. All right, so let's say, though, you weren't even paying attention to this and you want to do this separate. I would first evaluate f of 1. So I get f of 1 is 3 times 1 squared is 1, plus 4 times 1, and then minus 1. So that's going to be 7 minus 1, so that's 6. So I'm evaluating g of 6, which is 5 times 6 minus 3, and 30 minus 3 is 27. So 2 ways to get there.